Doug writes in, I'm a broker and I keep getting calls from dispatch companies about my loads. Okay. They want to book the load, but I'm leery of not dealing with the trucking company direct. Any ideas? Well, dispatch companies, they're easy to set up. Usually they're more sole proprietor than anything else. It's somebody watched some YouTube videos and they thought, hey, I can do that. Hey, I can do that. I can use the load boards. I can get loads off the load boards and I can make those loads available to a trucking company and I'll make a percentage of whatever that money is. Okay, see how this is going already. That's why the FMCSA is conducting a study right now about dispatch services. Are they legal? Yeah, they're legal. But if you're a trucking company, do you really want to use a dispatch service? Because what a dispatch service, not every one of them, but more times than not, what they're doing is somebody that may have wanted to be a freight broker, but they didn't want to put the time and effort into it. They didn't want to find their own customers. They want to do everything the easy way. Let's go to the load boards. First of all, they go out here and get a contract with the trucking company. Yeah, I'll dispatch for you. Great. Yeah, we'll get loads for you. And probably what they're not telling you is that they're getting those loads off the load board. So there's a broker fee in there already. They're getting it off the load board. If they're getting the load from a broker, obviously, there's 10, 15, 20% fee. You're not seeing it because that came off the top. Then you've got the dispatch service. What are they charging you? 10%, 5%, 8%? So by the time that load gets to your truck, you've already given up almost 30% of that load that could have been in your pocket. See what I mean by that? You know, that turns into bad stuff, for a trucking company. As far as dispatch companies calling you to get your loads, is that double brokering? No. In the true sense of the word, no, it's not double brokering. Double brokering is when a trucking company, well, this is how it usually works. Trucking company, they also have a brokerage division. And the broker from the broker side of the trucking company, they represent themselves as being that trucking company. And instead of putting the load on that truck, they broker it out to another carrier. And you never know about it till it's too late. I think we talked about that recently. Best way to defend that is call your customer, tell them the name of the door that's of the truck that's supposed to be picking up your load. And if it's not, they need to call you, let you know who it is so you can contact them. We got a video. I'm sure it's been posted. May have not have been posted yet, but if not, it's coming up. It's talking about vetting a carrier. But anyway, these dispatch companies, yeah, I understand why you're leery, and I'm the same way. I really don't want to deal with the dispatch company either. One is taking money out of the trucking company's pocket just for making a phone call. I mean, seriously. If you're a trucking company and you're using a dispatch service, and let's use 5%. Maybe you're paying them 5%. All right? And with that dispatch service, maybe you're doing $10,000 worth of freight with them a week. You're paying that dispatch service $500 a week just for making a phone call, for talking on the phone. They're not out there getting their own customers. They're not out there doing anything special. They're just looking at the load board. See what I mean? You can do that from the cab of your truck. And if you don't want to do it from the cab of your truck, I read an article here a while back, almost did a video on it. And it was at one of these convention deals somewhere, and it was a truck stop, or I don't remember, one of the load boards, or somebody talking about how brokers don't like to negotiate, just like trucking companies don't like to negotiate. Come on. That's farce. That's what it is. Trucking is negotiation. You're negotiating all the time. I mean, from start to finish, it's nothing but a long negotiation until the load delivers. I mean, think about it. Every step you're negotiating. You're negotiating fuel price to what you want to get paid on that load, to when you can pick it up, to when you can deliver it, and everything in between, what route you're going to take. It's all 100% negotiation. If you don't like to negotiate, believe me, trucking or brokering is not a job for you. And that's what this article was talking about, negotiating. Negotiating. Truckers don't like to negotiate. Brokers don't like to negotiate. Give me a break. But anyway. Yeah, you got to be able to pick up the phone. Pick up the phone, and if you're a trucking company, pick up the phone and call the broker direct. You've got access to the load board. You know what kills me too? A lot of trucking companies that use a dispatch service, they will make available to that dispatch service their load board. So you're paying for your load board, and now you're paying somebody to use the load board for you. You know, you could, for $500 a week, you could hire somebody to work for you direct. Go out here and get to, work on getting you your own customers. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, keep getting calls from dispatch companies about your loads. They want to book the load, but, I understand you being leery. It's the way it is. The thing is, with the dispatch service, let's throw this in there too, so you totally understand. The dispatch service isn't, the trucking company that dispatch service is representing. Okay, they have done a contract with that trucking company, and basically the trucking company has given them the okay to act as their agent. So basically, even though it's a dispatch service, you're talking to a dispatcher for that trucking company. Now, if the dispatch service says they're going to put that load on one truck, and then that load ends up on another truck, all right, now there's an issue. So how do we get around that? Well, first of all, if you give a load to a dispatch service, that dispatch service is going to provide you all the paperwork for the trucking company that the load is supposed to go on. If you find that the load went on a different truck, I'm talking about trucking company, obviously, that the one that's owed the money is the truck that actually hauled the load. You should have it in your broker carrier agreement that your loads may not be double brokered. So essentially, that's what that dispatch service did, or that trucking company did. You see what I'm getting at? Again, always a good idea to go to SaferWeb, talk to somebody at the trucking company. If you're talking to a dispatch service, they identify themselves as a dispatch service. Most of the time they won't. They're just going to say they're representing whatever trucking company. If you got any funny feelings about it, go to the SaferWeb, look up that trucking company, and call the phone number. They'll be posted there. Call them. Ask them about this individual.